Hello Tudesters, it's Gav and welcome to another one of my videos. Today it's one of Gav's rambles covering parts of what we did in 2018 and what we've got to look forward to in 2019. Not a lot achieved in 2018 and not a lot to look forward to in 2019, but we'll give it a go, I hope everything's going well with your projects at this very, very early stage of the year, because they always go well at this stage of the year and tend to tail off by approximately the end of January, and then it all just goes downhill from then on. But we'll have a look in a minute on the year 2018 and see what we've achieved and what we haven't, or I would say we, as in me. Before we do that, I don't say it enough really, but I just wanted to thank everybody who's shown an interest in my channel over 2018. It does mean a lot. I don't often thank people. It's as I say, it's not so much taking people for granted. It's just that I put these little videos up, or not so little videos, and they're there for people to enjoy or not. As I say, it's just. I suffer from some health issues, and they're a way of the videos are a way of pushing me along. If we'll put it that, we'll leave it at that. So thanks for all of you guys that do stop by and take a look. It is appreciated. You know, all the comments, the people that have subscribed to the channel, and the people that have liked. And also, you know, this is also to the people that just flick on a video casually, you know, watch it for 30 seconds and move on by. It's still appreciated, so thanks a lot. Before I go into any of my own projects, I wrote a great big long list out here of people's channels I've enjoyed in 2018. I say it with some trepidation because I'm bound to have missed channels out. I absolutely mean no disrespect to you guys. I've just wrote them off as best I can. The channels I look at a lot, or you know, have looked at a lot. The list doesn't confer anybody royally at the top or ignominiously. Did I say that right? I can't spell it. At the bottom of the list, it's just a list. The things you have to do to make sure you don't hurt anybody's feelings. But these are some of the channels that I've really enjoyed in 2018. The first of the list will be figure gaming, painting related channels, and then I've got my Maras in the scale modelling community. I've got a few of their channels as well I wanted to shout out, and a couple of the other channels that you might not think about, which are quite enjoyable to listen to on the historical side of it, particularly when you're painting. So we'll chuck a couple of those channels in at the end. So if you don't mind, I'll have to keep consulting my list and ticking them off here, because otherwise I'm going to get this really wrong, which I did on another video I've just tried, and I left so many people out. I thought they're going to hang, draw and quarter me. So top of the list, again I'm saying top, it just happens because they come into my head first. My good mate Mick, I chat to Mick, his channel is MGH1736. Mick, could you not just have a channel called Mick? It would be a lot easier. But he's a good marrow of mine. We chat regularly, painting and chatting on Skype. So we often get together and you know, put the world to rights as we paint our figures. Mick, he does, at the moment, he's doing a lot of ancients because he's got no choice, because he's got thousands of them to paint. He would choose a Persian host to put together, but I think he's doing a one-to-one figure of the Persian invasion of Greece. But please go and check Mick's channel out and enjoy some of his videos. As we all know, Mick is an international polo player for Bolton. The council often let him stable his polo ponies in the backyard of the council offices, and when he's not playing polo, he's actually painting figures. So please go and check Mick out. So Mick, there you go, ticked off the list. Fraser von Ketteringham, he hardly needs a sub or a like. He's got thousands of them. He probably is what I would call the bedrock of the historical gaming stroke painting community, just because of his output of work and his enthusiasm and his videos. He's just a naturally easygoing guy to listen to, and as we always say, his enthusiasm shines through. He is always giving shout outs to people doing new channels, and it's through his shout outs or just even through his likes I'll often dip into the people he's subbed to and see if it's something I'd want to watch. Fraser, that's you covered. Unaccomplished wargamer in the States, in no, I'm not going to go there. Western states anyway. I've been enjoying his work a lot. He's very enthusiastic when he can get on the brushes. He turns out huge armies, again, ancients, Napoleonics, you name it. So it's a fairly fresh channel, so go out, give him a look at and see what he's got to show you, because there's always something different going on there. My old mate Stephen Smith. Steph is been wargaming since he was a toddler probably. What he doesn't know about wargaming isn't worth knowing. He writes a lot of his own rules. He's a fantastic artist in his own right, and painting figures, they're always a joy to watch. Fantastic basing. He's always got campaigns if you want to, hear historical battle reports and things, and not always I think he's doing a fantasy stroke campaign coming up soon. So there's something for everybody on Steph's channel. He's been going a long while, really enthusiastic, so go and give Steph a check out. Basic miniature painting, we've got Justin. Again, always enthusiastic. He's got something different on the table all the time. It can be Napoleonics, 40k. He's doing Lord of the Rings at the moment, which he says he's very much into. So go and check Justin out, because he's always watching people's videos. You see him all over the place. He turns up in the most unusual of places. And I think, Justin's got there before me. So check out Basic Miniature Painting. Victor C. Cena. Victor, again, loves a painted figure. He's a figure artist in his own right. He also enjoys his 10 mils, like myself. He's always enthusiastic on people's channels, gives a lot of support to people, and his channel probably doesn't have the subs he deserves. So please go and check Victor out. That's Victor C. Cena. I hope I pronounced your name right, Victor. It's languages, even Americanized or British, I struggle with. Brush and quill. Brush and quill. Very eclectic in his painting, just like myself. Always something different on his bench, and often, again, like my own bench. As I look at it now, there's just about every genre going on there. He's very enthusiastic around the community, gives a lot of support to people, and is quite a funny guy. Well, so he tells us anyway. I'm not too sure about that. No, I jest. But yeah, go and check Brush and Quill out. Again, somebody who deserves a lot more subs than he's got. Busy Bristles, Reese, isn't it? Again, not been on very, very long, but again, you name it, that guy's painting it. There's just about everything under the sun. He comes back from a different bring and buy sale with a huge haul of again completely different figures that he's managed to get a killer deal on. So go and check him out. Again, always something different to see. Dan Booman. Dan, you've not been on long that I've seen anyway. Hasn't got a lot of videos, but again, you can see an enthusiasm there and a nice painting style for me anyway. I enjoy my painting figures. So please go and give Dan some subs. He's not been on long, and I'm sure he'd appreciate it. My old Mara, Ian, Diomede F16, again, He hardly needs a fanfare, Diamede. He hardly needs a fanfare, Ian. He's been going around for donkey's years on YouTube. Always enthusiastic, always tells it like it is, very blunt Yorkshireman, very supportive, supportive a lot of the times from behind the scenes. You don't always get to see the work he does behind the scenes, but he helps a lot of guys out there, and it's been a pleasure to know Ian, and he's one of the good guys. So go and check Ian out on the Diamede F16 channel. If you're into ball games, I'm not, but that doesn't matter because I just enjoy Ian's style. He does a lot of painted figures. It just depends what he's into at the time. So go and check Ian out. The Enigmatic Gamer. Again, lots to see. Doing baseboards at the moment. Doing his own wargaming room out. Very jealous, although I'm sitting in a room that's been converted into a painting studio. The wife, I don't know why the wife won't sleep on the settee downstairs and let me have the room to put a gaming board up, but she won't. She's like that, unfortunately. But yeah, go and check his channel out. There's not always loads of videos on, but they're always good to listen to on his thoughts on wargaming and some of his collections. Leon T66. Again, doesn't need a fanfare of trumpets. Leon's always supportive of everybody's channels. He does a lot of Napoleonics. I'm not sure he enjoys that, but he does. He does a lot of Napoleonics. He dabbles in a bit of Ancients, 40k. Again, big gamer when he can game. And there's always something to look at on Leon's channel when he gets to put a video up. Nick at British Legion, so that's British Legion channel. Again, Nick hardly needs an intro. He's been on here for donkey's years. There's always something different. If there's a game out there you haven't heard of, I'll guarantee you Nick has. He enjoys his painting, and again, he doesn't really need a shout out because he is Nick of the British Legion channel. So go and check Nick out. Mary Hinge. Again, Jim's an enthusiastic gamer. He's always got, well, I say always got something different on to show. It just depends what he's into his gaming at the time. I've seen ancient Celts. I think they were Celts, Jim. Zulu Wars Project. He's on AWI at the moment, and it's always interesting to hear what Jim's got to say. Again, he's a hardcore gamer, so he knows a lot more of the ins and outs than I ever will. So go and get the Mary Hinge channel out. Chris Waring, Chris again, mainly Napoleonic projects at the moment, but I've seen battleships and goodness knows what on Chris's channel. A bit like myself, it depends what he wants to paint at the time and put up on a video, but again, always something to check out on his channel. So that's Chris Waring. My old Mara Paul Alba. Paul don't put as many videos up as he used to, but he's a very busy man. But what you do see, they're little nuggets, little gems. If you're not into the Gav's Giant videos, if you want a short and sweet one, Paul's your man. But they are some very sweet projects that he'll put up. Napoleonics, World War II, tanks, vehicles, figures, you name it. Paul's there for it. WG Revival. These are, I say, all these guys are people that have supported my channel. And well, it's not even so much supported your channel, because I'm probably going to miss out a load of people that have put comments down that deserve a shout out, and I've missed them for that. I can't apologise enough. WG Revival, though, I've always liked his work. He doesn't put many videos up, but again, it's such an eclectic mix. I've seen chimps, like warrior chimps. He does a lot of the British, very British Civil War. He put some very nice civilian figures up recently. I really enjoyed that. So go and check him out. My old mate Nick, the Medieval Warrior. Obviously, if it's medieval, Nick's into it. He's been doing a lot of it, like Total War stuff. It don't float my boat, but whenever he puts his musings up on medieval warfare, or he puts his figures up, I really enjoy those videos. I wish he'd do more of them, because he's very good at them. So please check Nick out at the Medieval Warrior. Now, I don't know how to pronounce this properly, so I do apologise. It's HXJAY1971. This guy really paints a nice figure. Napoleonics. I wish he'd do more videos, because what he does are quite enjoyable. But if you want to see some really tasty Napoleonics, go and check his channel out. The English Wargamer, he comes and goes. Sometimes you'll see a few videos and then he goes AWOL for a couple of months, and then he'll put some more videos up. World War II at the moment, Bolt Action I believe, has been really into painting his vehicles up and that, so go check him out. Another fella here that has been on donkey's years, doesn't need any real fanfare, that's Pancakey Painty Pain. Nathan is one of them stalwarts of YouTube, although he's not been very stalwarting at the moment. He doesn't do many videos as he used to, but he always tells. What I like about Nathan is he always tells it like it is. He's never no different, and I always enjoy his painting. Very nice brushwork on his Napoleonics and his 40k, and he really should get back to doing a few more videos. The Lucio Quinzio channel, which is Francesco Tau. I've probably not got spelt that right, Francesco. I know I haven't. He's one of the figure artists that I really admire. His 28mm work's brilliant in Napoleonics, and he's been doing some 30-year war, and I believe some Landsknechts and that as well. So please check him out. Liberator 240 again. Lib doesn't need any real introduction. We all enjoy his Napoleonics and his American Civil War. That's what he tends to put up at the moment. He's gone a bit AWOL of late, but whenever he puts a video up, it's always enjoyable. So Lib, thanks for all your support and kind words over the past year. I've enjoyed watching your work as well. Wargaming with Gary. Very eclectic mix of figures again, from ancients to boar riding orcs, you name it, the fella's into it. Always enthusiastic about his projects, and so go and check Gary out. Phil R. Now Phil, very active on Blogger and has given me a ton of support on Blogger. Always appreciate it, Phil. But you check his videos out, they're little films, little masterpieces. He's got more armies than probably even Fraser. He's got thousands of them. Always a joy to look at Phil's work. Ian Aitken. Ian he does a lot. Probably one of these channels that I don't have a lot of or he doesn't have any interaction with my channel. How dare you, Ian? But it's something I wanted to include because I really enjoy his tutorials. He does a lot of the Batman miniature range from Night Models, and he's been doing a load of Harry Potter stuff. And what I'd suggest to any of you is don't get stuck with seeing or thinking, oh, somebody's painting Harry Potter, I don't like Harry Potter. You might not like the genre, but that person, if they're doing a tutorial, could give you a technique that could really work with your painting on historicals. So go and check Ian Aitken out. Does a fantastic painted figure. Another guy that has no interest with my channel, but I have a lot of interest on his, which is Cujo Painting. A huge channel, one of these Patreon guys. Not into it myself, but you know, people got to make a living. But he you know, you always hear like giving a lot back to the community and all this type of stuff. Again, all painted sci-fi fantasy type figures, but you will learn a hell of a lot from his channel. Scottish lad. What he doesn't know about painting ain't worth knowing. He really does, you know his stuff, and you can pick a lot of techniques up which will go into your own painting. Shauno Worlds of Figures, again not been on long, but I really enjoy Sean's work. Cracking painting. I really enjoyed the work on his freehand on his shields and that he did recently. He'll have anything, like myself, very eclectic, enjoys his painting really, but Vikings, ACW, you name it, Sean's got it on, so go check Sean out. He deserves more subs than he's got. I'd like to at this point just give a couple of honorary mentions out to people, a couple of 3 people that always comment on my stuff. Very kind of them. They're not putting channel content out themselves, but I see them often on people's other channels. Very supportive. Gary, forgot the rest of your thing for you on YouTube, but Gary's always been supportive of my work. He's been a good marrow. I really appreciate it, all your comments, Gary. Terry Crick, Terry, again, always dropped some supportive comments on my work, and you can tell there's a lot of thinking behind what he's putting down. So Terry, I've always appreciated your comments. John Wayne Everett, John again, always been supportive of this channel. Always, obviously enjoys particular figures that I put out, and has always put some nice comments down. So again, John, thank you very much. I just want to do some mentions of scale model channels that I particularly enjoy. Again, some of them have interaction with me. Well, in fact, actually, most of these do. A few don't. But again, that's no problem. I just enjoy their work, but I wanted to give them a mention. Black Rifle Model Works, I've been watching his stuff recently. Sorry, he probably won't even watch this, so it doesn't really matter, but I can't remember the fella's name. Doesn't live too far away from me. Ex-British Army, so that's always a thumbs up for that. I always enjoy what his reviews and what he's got to say on it, and his figure work as well. Not his figure work, sorry, vehicle work. Motti's Military Modelling, Steve. Motti is hugely enthusiastic about scale modelling. He also suffers a lot of health issues, and it's nice to see him get videos up and get his words out there, because they're always interesting to listen to. I love his book reviews. Unlike me, who won't show the insides, he'll go through a book and from spine to spine and tell you all about it, like, or cover to cover even. Greg Riley, 1 in 35 tanks, armour. I've stuffed that up already, Greg. But again, anybody that I've mentioned here that you might think, because I can't do links, just go on to my subs. You'll see all these guys on there and check their channels out. But Greg does some fantastic reviews and some cracking vehicles and 1 in 35 scale armour. Again, always enjoyable, nice long videos to paint along to and listen to Greg waffle. And I don't mean that bad, Mick. Mick, that's because Mick waffles a lot. So sorry, Greg. Alex Model Kits, not been subscribed to Alex long, but again, I've liked Alex's presenting style. I like his enthusiasm for it, and you can tell he thinks out what he's talking about. So check Alex out. He ain't got a lot of subs, but it would be nice to see his sub count go up. Bassmaster 757, BM from the Ukraine, does some cracking videos. Again, supportive of my channel. I've really enjoyed his work on his. He puts a lot into it, all the music, all that stuff, stuff I don't do. So go and check BM out. Jean-Marc Golsey, he does literally mini film videos on his giant dioramas. The space that fella must have for putting his vehicles, houses. He puts little towns and streets up, and I'll often do like a black and white video with the same one, like a Pathé News one. So mainly World War II, 1 in 35 scale. Go and check Jean-Marc out. Another one, huge channel, but I really enjoy watching it. Hamilcar Barkas from Germany. It's one of the few that I have to stop and what I'm doing and watch, because it's in German. He'll often put subtitles underneath, and I often have to stop and read that, because what he's got to say is always worth listening to. So go and check him out as well. So there will be people I have missed off that list. I'm really sorry if you're offended. I don't mean anything by it. It's just how it is. I just wanted to. I don't give shout outs out particularly, and I just wanted to go through all this list of people that I've interacted with over 2018. There will be people I've missed, and again, I apologise. It is what it is. A few other channels that I thought you might be interested in if you're on the historical side of the painting gaming community. These are ancient channels I've got into fairly recently. Check out the Roman Society, check out the Hellenistic Society, and the British School at Athens, I believe. There might even be one at Rome as well. What they're good for is 30 minutes to hour and a half, I don't know, videos, lectures. Some of it will goes over my head quite easy, but there's some real nuggets of videos. They're all professors, doctors of this, doctors of that. But if you want to learn about ancient history and have something to listen to as you're painting, cracking videos. So check out the Hellenistic Society, the Roman Society. If you're also into, like myself, the Great War, check out the Western Front Association. They do, again, every year they have their annual get together, and it might take a few months for the videos to come up from that, but you'll get the lectures that the different authors, doctors, professors or whatever are giving on that subject. And again, you'll learn a lot just by putting them on and painting as you're listening. So the beginning of this video, it's what I'm doing in 2018 and what I'm doing in 2019. 2018, as you all know, I'm a commission painter. I paint war games figures for the tabletop. I also paint figures for collectors. I had a huge Saxon commission, 18mm AB Napoleonic. We've all followed that one, or maybe you've skirted straight past it, but it was on there anyway on videos for about a year. That's finally over. Client took them away in December, but that's why you haven't seen a lot more of my other bits and pieces I've been promised on a regular basis. It's just been, I wanted to get that done. He wasn't pushing for a Christmas deadline, it's just I wanted to get it done for December for him so he could take it away and enjoy him. So that's out of the way. The 10mm project, which is my League of Augsburg, so I keep saying around the 1690s period, that's been bubbling away for a couple of years and continues to bubble. I've got a ton of figures I could paint. I've got 2 working armies now. Happy with that. I'll just keep adding to those as I go. All I'm on now is terrain. That's all that's stopping me. I had hoped to have some games in over Christmas, but as I say, doing different commission work, it's just been pushed back, as it always does get pushed back. Again, the beauty of being a painter rather than a full-on gamer is I'm under no pressure to do things. I don't get burnt out because you get fed up of just hitting the same figures with the same paint and don't seem to be getting anywhere. With me, literally, I might not work on them for a couple of months and then I might have 3 or 4 units to show you because that's what I've completed. No pressure on that for me. Right, we're back. Now this is turning into a ramble when your camera battery dies on you. That's the first time. Right, where were we? Yeah, 10mm. Yeah, so 10mm project is down to terrain now. I've got another load of houses based but not flocked. They should be coming up in the next week or so. I keep been saying that for days now. My sailing ships, my Napoleonic, or going back to the American War of Independence, whenever you want to look at it. Again, I just dip into that project as and when. Agamemnon, that's a problem when I do tutorials in parts. There's a huge gaps between them because I always end up getting sidetracked doing something else. I have got most of Agamemnon rigged now, but I've still got to do the last little rigging video before I do the basing video on her. but that's not far behind. But again, with that, it's just an ongoing. I paint a ship when I want, or I build a ship, paint a ship, whatever you want to call it, when I want to do it. I'm hoping to get some games in with those this year, as I've built up quite a little fleet now. So yeah, those are just sailing along when I want to do them. I've been doing a lot of 28mm Napoleonic units for the enjoyment of painting them. Diversion, yes, they're Napoleonics, but diversion from doing 18mm just to keep it fresh. As we all know, of probably the 7 units or so that I've done, at least 3 I've stuffed up, some my own fault, some not. And when I say stuffed up, it's just I've added mainly colour bearers, that's flag bearers. I've had run, like 2 when there should have been 1. So I've got some separate figures, they're primed, ready to go, but I've promised myself I'm going to get these damn camera angles right so I can do tutorials on those figures. So they will be coming up before I start any more commission work. I want to get a couple of tutorials with these single figures done so I can replace them in their units, and then I'll have a fire sale of about 7 Napoleonic units all going up for sale at the same time. So that's that. I've been painting these Games Workshop orcs. As I look over, I've got another one completed in the background. They were a bit of fun. I was using them as well to try out some different painting techniques and try some different colours and things like that. And I just thought it was a good idea. I always wanted to paint an orc. Shouldn't have really picked ones with rocket packs on the back, but never mind. But I've thoroughly enjoyed doing those. I've got 2 more left to do now, and that's those 5 done. But they're taking. I'm only doing them about an hour a night, and they're taking about a week, probably to 7 days or so, to 5-7 days to paint the single figure. And then I've just got to do some smoke coming out of the rockets and improve the bases a bit. They're done. So technically they're an 18-19 project. Also, I think that's about it actually for 18. Just covers about everything. 19, I'm doing this commission for Mick, which is he didn't want it particularly done at this time. He's got such a huge Persian army going on. He wasn't really in any rush for them, but I just wanted to get them done and dusted so that I can say that they're done and they're ready for getting off to Mick. So I'll be showing another video of the completed. They're not based because he'll be doing that himself, but I'll show you the completed unit, 24 figures, in the coming days. I've got possibly some more 18mm AB commission work coming up. The same clients, he's left a couple of batteries for me to do. So again, you've seen the batteries in artillery batteries in previous videos. These are just 2 spare batteries he wanted painting up, so I will show them, but it's nothing that you haven't seen before. There might be some other AB work coming up in the future. I've got the 28mm, loads of 28mm Spanish guerrillas. As we know, I went a bit mad with the ordering of those. They'll be in like 12-man units, and they're going to be in eBay sales. I won't be doing them all in one go. How many Spanish guerrillas can you paint in one time? So it'll just be paint a unit, sell it, a few months later do another one. I'd like to get into doing some more ancients. I've really enjoyed painting those for Mick. Again, I'm pointing down to the figures on my desk, and I'd like to get a lot more, or not a lot more, that's a bit scary because I've seen some giant ancient armies out there, but I'd like to do a few more, whether they're Greco-Persian, Roman Republic, Roman Empire, Celts, Gauls. I have been looking at painting some Celts or Gauls up actually, but we'll see about that. I've also got stuff for myself, Harry Potter figures, huge Harry Potter fan, and Mick got me those for Christmas. If they paint up well and I don't break arms, legs and get really frustrated with them, I might well I will be getting some more just for my own collecting cabinet, nothing more than that. So I'd like to be doing those. I've got a bust that I've got for Christmas of a dwarf, which I'll be showing a video shortly on that as a review, and at some stage he'll be painted up. Probably not starting till probably February, but that's something else to have a go at. I've got my 54mm Woodland Indian for French Indian Wars. He'll be getting started fairly shortly, we hope. I've got the other 54mm French Grenadier. He's also got to be added to the mix. I really want to clean those guys out before I really start taking on anything other than paying work or work I'm painting to sell on and get financial gain from. So there we have it. You must have all lost the will to live by now, but I said it was going to be a ramble, and I hadn't anticipated doing a huge shout out list, but I just thought, no, get it done. I never thank enough people and say, put you on the people that I'm watching. So I hope you haven't been burnt out, not only by this video, but by 2019 painting projects already, because it happens. You get all enthusiastic in the first week of January. By the end of January, you've thrown them all in the cupboard or on your shelf of shame or whatever, and you've already gone on to something else. So good luck with 2019. Good luck with everything that you're doing. Painting projects, gaming projects, modelling projects, life in general. Life's short, enjoy it while you can. So you take care of yourselves, and I'll catch you again on a lot shorter video very soon. Cheers.